Welcome back. It's the final game of day 2 of the Australian Underwater Rugby Nationals. We're live from Adelaide. It's game number 28 in the Opens division. This is semi-final 2. We've got Victoria Seadragons taking on Sydney Stingrays. Victoria in the blue, Sydney in the white. Victoria finishing first in their pool. Sydney, Ray Bradburying their way... Ray Bradbury? No. He writes, like, dystopian literature. Stephen Bradburying their way into a medal, as only 3 of these teams are eligible to win a medal. So, Sydney Stingrays playing their first ever final series, and they're about to get their first ever medal. No matter the outcome of this match, VSD, regular appearances in finals, yet to win a gold medal. They've had some silvers and some bronze in the past. I'll run through the team list now. So for Victoria, we've got number 32, Luca, number 64, Andre, number nothing, Lockie, number 23, Oscar Murad, number 11, Kui, number 10, Felipe, number 55, Jared, number 13, the coach, Juan, number 1, Louis, number 21, Haida, number 49, Oscar Daro, number 44, Oscar Ogai, number 75, Rob, number 80, Jorge, and number 58, Sebas. We've had a start in this match. Victoria quick to win the ball. They've got some very speedy legs, and they'll push Up towards the Stingrays basket. They've been locked up nice and tight. And just managed to get away to the player waiting beneath. I think that might be Rob pushing towards the Stingrays basket. And another pick up from VSD, pushing from that near side corner. Ricardo's looking very unhappy about the length of lead he's been given for his referee buzzer. And he's very generously sitting right in the field of play, so we get a nice view of Ricardo and get to watch the men scrapping on the far corner. Righto, ball still in the hands of the blue team. Got a player on the inside, but good press defense from the Stingrays forwards. Get the pressure on. Finds his man on the outside, though, and Victoria will hold possession. Keeping that corner. Here's a chance now for the Victorian team. They press right on the goal bin. And once again, it's everyone's favourite hockey player, Kui, is the one to finish that off. So first blood of the match, minute and a half into the game, Kui from the Victoria Seadragons will successfully score. So right off the bat, Victoria looking to show their dominance in this game. Stingrays maybe feeling the jitters. I've got extra special guest commentator here with me. Macca, part-time VSD player, part-time Stingrays player. Would you like to run through these team lists and let us know how the Stingrays have been preparing for this match?
I will go through the team list and the numbers to start with. So 19 we have Diego, number 2 Simon, he's a goalie. Number 30 Lyle is also a goalie. Number 3 Emma, so she's playing in the women's comp and the mixed comp, and she's absolutely crushing it in both. We've got 34 Joel, he's travelled all the way from Singapore, but he's played with the Stingrays a couple of years in a row actually. We have number 5 is 1. Number 10 we have Rune. Number 6 Gokhan. Number 4 Ben Harris, who's the captain. 97 Andreas. 47 Luke, he's a hockey defector. Number 9 Nathan, and number 98 Manacon. So now we have Victoria coming into the goal again. We've got a goalie and a defender from the Stingrays in position. Seadragons just taking their time, relaxing, conserving energy, holding the ball in the corner. But in Lockie, I bet he'll go in 1v3. It's his classic style. Good steal from Mana as a forward and pushing out. You've got defenders and forwards pushing out together from the Stingrays trying to get that support, but they've been caught up. There's a referee call. Not sure what it's for. It looks like out of bounds. So that'll be Stingrays getting the ball through that free throw. Interesting, although I think it was Stingrays that took it out. But anyway, I can take it. And they'll be looking to get a bit of forward press on this. But looks like that might have been within the 2 metre boundary of the free throw. So for those, let me wait and see what they've called. We're just trying to figure out what the call was. All right, they'll be able to take it again. So for those not as familiar. Okay. Warning for blue 58. Not sure what for. That's Sebas getting a bit too excited.
Yeah, so warning means if Seb commits the same foul again later this match, he'll be automatically getting ejected for the game for a period of time. All right, Stingrays pushing towards the VSD basket. They're about 6-7 metres out, wrapped up on the surface, I think. Very difficult to say who's in there, but it's becoming a bit of a scrum. I'm actually going to try and push that player towards the Stingrays basket. Interesting strategy. I think our camera's been a little bit knocked around by some wayward fins by Ricardo. I think he might have even taken his fin off. In any case, Stingrays push towards the VSD basket. They had 2 goalies down there. Bit of a mistake. Stingrays player coming over the top. Found his man beneath. I think it's Nathan. But stripped away by Jared Carney. Got a call from the referee. The players haven't heard. Jared and Manor having a little hug. That's nice, boys. Popped up to the surface. We'll see what the referees have to say. They're really not liking the Victorian aggression so far. I think it's going to be another white free throw. Right on the defensive basket for the Seadragons players. Manor sort of slowly drifting down to the floor to give ball back to his teammate for their free throw. Sarah, what's the team's thoughts going into this match? How did they prepare to play the VSD team?
They are super excited because this is the most successful the team has been in a nationals in the full comp. If you ask anyone, they'll remind you 2019 development competition winners. But since then, they haven't made it into the semis. So they're super excited to make it into the semis. And because of the barbarian status of the third placing team, they do default get a medal. I think they would have liked to earn the medal outright, but they're happy. They'll take it. If they win this game, they'll be pretty nervous. If they win this game, it will be a bit of an upset because the Seadragons traditionally have been a very strong team. But if they win this and go into the gold medal match, that'd be ecstatic. That would be the most success they've had as a team, and even a silver or a gold medal, they'll be super happy with. It'll be a tough slog, I think, especially with the full 15-minute halves, keeping up this level of intensity for 15 minutes. You'll see the Seadragons, they'll be able to have moments of calm and kind of relaxing when they're around the basket attacking, which makes a huge difference when you're playing, to kind of spend some time and recover. So it'll be a high energy, high intensity game for the Stingrays if they can keep this up for the full 15 minutes. Well, for the full 2 halves. They can have some success. It's not totally out of the question that they can win this, but it'll be a pretty big upset and they'd be pretty happy.
All right. Let's go, guys. Let us know. We got heaps of commentators in the chat as well. Let us know where are you guys watching from as well. And just a few things as well that I want to say in Spanish. Apologies for the English speakers. We know that there is a lot of Spanish community, especially in Colombia, watching this game. And we got heaps of players as well that are from Colombia. So, buenas tardes, mi querida Colombia. ¿Cómo están todos? Espero que todos estén muy bien. Qué rico verlos por aquí. Muchas gracias por el apoyo. Les hablamos desde Adelaide. Qué rico tener la comunidad aquí en Adelaide visitando. Me siento demasiado orgulloso estar aquí con ustedes y también comentarles de este partido. Este hermoso deporte ha tenido el crecimiento que ha tenido únicamente por los colombianos. Definitivamente la comunidad latina nos representa, es un amor entre clubes incondicional. El apoyo no es únicamente dentro de la piscina. There is an attack in the... Es un apoyo dentro de la piscina y fuera de la piscina también. Así que nuevamente un apoyo para las familias. Muchas gracias por estar presentes, conectados. Estamos siempre todos aquí juntos.
Gracias. So Seadragons doing pretty intense attack on the basket. Stingrays were missing a defender, but Mana came down and managed to stop that. That was pretty lucky stop. Seadragons moving it around. We've got Louis coming in. Push and goal. That's his speed coming in. Dropping ball. If anyone's going to get it, it's going to be Louis with his speed. So blue number 1 scores. So that takes it to a 2-0, which is a pretty comfortable position to be in for the Seadragons, and a pretty tricky situation for the Stingrays.
That is a classic textbook move for the experienced players. They have no mercy. Once they see a gap, once they see one player in the basket and there is no two, where there is a lack of goalie or a lack of back, they have no mercy and they go for it. So classic one, very, very good effort, really, really good goal.
So I think there's been a timeout called for a bit of time to recover. Stingrays will be needing a bit of a break after that hard defense. They've done really well.
Now that you guys are here, let's start with a couple of questions as well. How is Adelaide guys treating you?
Good. I actually grew up in Adelaide.
Did you?
I'm Adelaide born and bred. So
That's
I
awesome.
started my underwater rugby career playing for Adelaide. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I never played in nationals with Adelaide, but then I moved to Melbourne and started playing with Melbourne. So
Great. So you belong, you're one of us. Yeah. What about you?
Well, I made the mistake earlier today of saying welcome to Perth, so yeah, it's a lovely place. I love all the heritage buildings, and I was saying earlier, like the public transport network is absolutely incredible in Adelaide. I've been loving the trains, getting around on my 4:55 daily fare, really making the most of it. Yeah, I know a few people are sticking around after the tournament to go and visit Harndorf and some of the wine regions. So yeah, if you are here, it's a beautiful part of Australia. You should definitely make the most of it. Yeah, and very happy to be here playing a tournament. I know it's been a long time since we had a tournament in Adelaide, and you've got that fab new pool up north for hockey tournaments in the future as well, hopefully.
Very good. We are so happy to have you here. That's for sure. And hopefully this is not the last one. We are more than happy to use these absolutely gorgeous facilities here at Marion Aquatic Center. Thank you guys. If you are listening as well for the Aquatic Center, you're being just incredible with us. We had a recent incident, but the pool that we used to train on, we had, like, of course, we had to rebuild it and all that stuff. And now they opened the doors for us to training here, which is great that we have 2 days a week. And this is just being a game changer for Adelaide White Pointers. That's the only reason why we got the numbers that we got right now.
Yeah, and thanks to Marion Aquatic Centre for letting us use their pool. It's really been able to expand our women's base for our women's development team. Unfortunately, the last few years we haven't had a women's team, but this year we've been able to get one together, which has been fantastic because Marion is a lot more central for everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, well said. Thank you, Kay. Made an absolutely stellar effort to get a women's team to this tournament. And, you know, sensational to have the women's game expanding across the country. It really shows what a big difference having a pool makes. Some states much luckier than others. Here we go, streaming right onto an open basket. Jared Carney. Right on the buzzer, just like the game we watched beforehand with UNSW and the Pacific Warriors. Right on the buzzer of halftime. That's Jared Carney, very quick legs, ex-swimmer. Beautiful goal. And a real shame for Stingrays to let one in late in the game. They had been doing really well up until this point. So we're going to enter halftime with Seadragons. That's their third goal of the match. Second goal of the match. I'm seeing 2 on the screen. Must have have hallucinated that extra goal, but 3-minute half time. Oh, no, it is a 3-0 lead. Okay, so nice up close view of young Rob there, the Swede who's found himself in Melbourne. Great to have him on the team. He's been a real rock for this team for a number of years. Stephen looking very pleased with himself from his performance last game. Happy young man. Okay, little bit dispiriting for the Stingrays to enter halftime 3-0. They were doing so well up until this point. Just a little slip up with their defense, which does happen given the way they structured their gameplay. They like to play a nice offensive game. Good intensity from them nevertheless. I think just VSD is such a slick, smoothly oiled machine. Hard to break that line. Some really fit, fast players as well. So I think tough to come back from here for the Stingrays. But anything's possible, and they've got 12 minutes to play. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, as I said before, if you guys are just joining the transmission as well, let us know where are you guys watching the game from. I know there is a lot of people here in Australia. Before we have people from New Zealand. Of course, we have like someone from Denmark as well watching the game. That's great to see, guys, your support. Si nos estás viendo desde Colombia, por favor, déjanos saber también. Y también podemos transmitir un poquito también en español. Sería también ideal. Vamos a ver qué pasa también en estos momentos. All right.
All right, this is the last game of the day. The winner of this match moves forward to the grand final tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning, we've got back-to-back women's matches in the morning. Canberra Selkies taking on the Adelaide Dolphins, followed by Sydney women clashing with Pacific Warriors. And finally, the grudge match between the Dragonettes and the Gall Eaters. They've faced each other many times. Gall Eaters pretty keen to prove themselves this year, and we'll see how that shakes out. After that, we're going to have the finals for 7th and 5th in the Opens Division, the 5th for women's, and we've got the bronze and the gold medal matches in the afternoon tomorrow. 30 seconds left in this halftime before we enter the second half. Big moment for Stingrays here. It's their first final ever in their 10-year history. First time playing for a medal, so very exciting. VSD pretty comfortable here, and they're probably feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Let's go a little bit technical here because I know that there is gonna be people like watching the game again later today. What would you do in this kind of scenarios to keep the result, to keep that number up? What would you do? What would be your strategy in terms of numbers?
If I'm playing for the Seadragons, I'm probably parking the bus here. Like, don't need to waste your legs. It's probably better to play it safe and be nice and fresh for tomorrow. Stingrays, you just got to throw yourselves at it. You sort of give up on your set positions here at this point, and basically everyone's a forward. The trouble with that is Stingray's strategy is actually already everyone's a forward, and they just have that lurking back player to shut down drives. That player just has to defend the basket, and then the rest of their team, give the rest of the team time to come back. So that advice maybe isn't that helpful for Stingrays because it's kind of the strategy they're already trying to play. Yeah, I don't know. Have you got other thoughts?
No, that's right. I know that the guys are trying to play instead of the typical or like textbook 2-2-2. They are just playing 1-5 at the moment, which is like leaving one back or one goalie at the back and just attacking with 5 the whole time. Yeah, as you said, it's a little bit of the game that they're playing right now. It's a tricky one because, of course, it's really physical. The game is getting intense. The guys are getting tired. Second day, of course, you have to pay the bill at some point. So it's actually... It's good. It's good. It's one of the things that is really interesting now with this pool. I don't know if you can guys actually see from the screen, but this pool is actually pretty big. It's 26 meters or 25 meters. Yeah, but that's really really long. So the counter-attack sometimes makes it a little bit tiring and tedious. So it's not just that simple as just going back and forth.
People have been saying that instead of just having, defending and attacking, there's that kind of third zone like you have in hockey with a 3 kind of transitioning play. So it makes it a little bit more difficult for those players who've only played in the shorter pools, especially as it's 5 meters deep as well. So it's a big shock for some people.
Yeah, and it's something to think about if you're doing that park the bus strategy. If you're Seadragons, when you push up right into the Stingrays defense, you actually have to work really hard to get your subs in. And so it can mean you actually tire yourself out because it's really hard to sub and you're so far away from your sub bench. I've been thinking about it, like, is there a way you can park the bus sort of in the middle of the pool, be a little bit closer to your back as Seadragons now have a bit of a chance. He's wrapped up from above, I think that's Pernay. Dropped it down below. Bit of a... Not really a chance here. I think he's better to play it back. Look for Ogai. Which he's not going to do. He's just going to hold on nice and tight. Oh, coming right up on top of the basket. That was dangerous, and it's dropped down. Now we've got a counter-attack for the Stingrays. Got the sport coming from behind. A little bit sleepy. Slow to react. And we've entered that dead zone of play, folks, so use your imaginations. Think about your favourite player doing something really cool. Big call from the referee. It's out of bounds. And it's going to be a free throw against the Seadragons.
Yeah, you can see now the intensity is paying off again. The guys are enjoying these 30 seconds when there is any break. It's really nice when you are playing just to go back into your breathing, and you can use that really, really smart to reshuffle your team and then just start like the counter attack. Let's go in here. The guys are still with the possession. That's what they need to do at this point. They need to keep the ball in possession if they want to come back. Of course, they need to put some numbers in attack. As you can see here, there is 3 players hitting the basket at the same time. The rotation, keep the possession. That's exactly right. But the guys, they're doing a really good rotation at the back. As you can see here, the whole time there is a back and a goalie in the right position. Oh, that Sam came straight from the sub line. That was a really good line. That's exactly textbook what you need to do as a sub as well. The sub is going straight in the water and going straight for the player who's got the ball. That might have been a forward. What do you reckon?
Yeah, Ricardo absolutely hated that, and he's going to bin my favourite player for striking. I agree with you. I liked what I saw there. Got absolutely queed. I'd love to see it. Gee, Lyle. I got what Lyle's point was there, why he was waiting, but I would have loved to see him just really go in and smash the VSD defenders. He's a powerful dude. I would have liked to see him just smash, and unfortunately, because he didn't, he gave Queer that chance, come straight in off the bench. I didn't see the foul, but I was sort of starstruck. There could have been anything there. Could have punched Lyle right in the head. I don't know. In any case, it was a great play, and the consequence is... it was a great strategic play from Lyle, really, because now he's had a player kicked out, and he's got a free throw for his team. Couldn't really ask for anything better.
Yeah, that's right.
He knows too much about the game because he refs, so he's got the tactics all done.
Yeah, and we've had some really lovely cameos from Ricardo all game. Look, it's good to see the referees really getting in there, and I think I didn't see the foul, but I trust that Ricardo did, and he's really watching this game, and you like to see that from the referee, really engaging with the game. So we'll have a restart and a free throw for the Sydney Stingrays.
Yeah, it's funny because once you talk to the experienced players, what they always say is like they see the gap and they go for it, but it's not only like people think that it's only around the basket when it's not a back or when it's not a goalie. The guys with experience, they can actually read the game so well that they read the game from the sub line, in the middle of the pool, attacking and defending. They are really, really smart that they don't need to waste some time. So sometimes these kind of games, they are actually, I would say that on purpose, and they definitely have a goal. So right now, I'm actually pretty intrigued to see what's going to happen with this free throw. Let's see, the guys are going under. Yep.
Yeah, Lyle's on the bench now, but this is a time for a big smash, I reckon. Manicon's in. Just go in and absolutely mess up the goalie. They won't be expecting. It's an unusual strategy. And here we go. Manners obviously had me in his ears. Dropped it down. Here's the chance. Wrapped up. Didn't quite get the leverage. Might have been Luke. He's just not quite had that scoring opportunity. He's dropped down to Sebas. Quick legs from Seb. He'll look to exit. No support, though, from his teammates, and wrapped up nice and tight by a very good forecheck from the Stingrays. Just managed to drop it down to his supporting player. Ricardo has unfortunately rearranged the cameras for us, so we're in another dead zone, a new one. I'm sure Manners doing something absolutely spectacular right now. And back in the hands of the Stingrays. No, it's dropped to VSD, so loose pass. He'll get away with it, and I think that's a bit of tussling with Diego, number 5. Ricardo,
Now you can see that the guys are a little bit tired, and let's go. There is an attack in there, but you can still see that the support it's not as good as the first half. Now we are getting the white team is actually outnumbered right now, but the guys in blue, they still having a little bit people supporting. There is not a lot of support underneath, but here you go. That's the support that you need. Go to the corner, park the bus. Here we go. That's it. That's what you need to do. Protect the ball, keep possession. The guys know how to do it. Sebas is a gun doing that. He definitely knows how to keep ball possession. That's what you need in this time. That's exactly what they do. And now that they have numbers 2 against 2, it's time to hit the basket. Maybe no. Let's go back again. Let's reshuffle. What is going on in there? They're giving each other a little bit of love. That's good. Going to the surface. But the guy in the goal, they need to stay there because this guy steals baskets like crazy.
Yeah, they had a go at getting Lyle off the basket, but he's an absolute unit and went nowhere. So we're sitting right above the basket, though. Got a call from the referee. Very active referees this game. I like to see it. It does mean that we're getting a little bit less playing time. Clock doesn't stop when refs call a foul in this format of the game. And it looks like it's going to go against Stingrays this time. Right on their 3-meter defensive basket. They're going to need to be quick because it's true, VSD will steal the basket if given an opportunity. It looks like they've made a mess of the free throw, though. And it's wrapped up about 5 meters out from the basket and a long way to dive as well. So that's exactly right. We're seeing that time and time and again in this tournament. Teams are getting tired in the second half and we're getting a lot more melee play. It's not really something Australia likes to do. A bit of turbulence for our cameras. And we're back on the Stingrays' defensive basket. Lars parked himself on the goal and basically super glued onto it, suction cupped. And he's relieved by his teammate, which is definitely Diogo this time. Wrestled right out to the corner. I do think Stingrays are having a good crack at this. They haven't just, locked in to finish 3-0. They're going to try and rip the ball and see if they can score on the goal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But Seadragons is not giving them a chance. They are playing a really good strategy, which is always keep the ball possession, go to the corner, reshuffle again. As you can see here, that's exactly what they're doing. Oh my God, that's a loose pass in there. That's what they can do. But very good. They go back to the ball possession immediately, which is really, really good. That's what you were saying before. Trying to gain the ball back in the midfield, and no way. Oh, here you go. There's an attack in there. It's 1 against 4. Bloody hell. He's really, really strong. He's not going to let that ball go. Waiting for his mates in there. Oh, my God. The numbers in there. There is 1 against 2 again. Come on, Stingrays. They support the ball. They stole the ball again. Oh, my God.
I think that was Luke Martin there, sneaking, seagulling in, get the turnover his team. Oh dear, it's a 2-on-2. The Sydney defenders just racing to set up, and they've done well, forcing VSD to go back and recover. Not a lot to play for now for Seadragons, sitting very comfortably, only 4 minutes left to play. Stingrays really need to throw everything at it. I do like the intensity. They're doing really well, fighting to stay in this competition. Their forwards really working overtime to put pressure on the VSD forwards, not creating a lot of opportunities for them. I think I'm interested in what Seadragons are doing here because they are attacking the basket, 1 against 2, 1 against 3, 1 against 4 a bit. There's a call from the referee. Wow, it seems like a goal has been scored. I'm just watching the replay. Couldn't even see it go in, but somehow it's just slipped in. I think Sebas. Sebas was sitting out, looking to pop up, and then all of a sudden, a gap opened up, and Sebas snuck in. Oh, it wasn't even Sebas, it was young Rob. Young Rob from Sweden, big fan of Melodifestivalen, has put the 4th goal on the board for the Seadragons. Kind of came out of nowhere, to the surprise of everyone.
That is actually a really funny strategy as well. Just right when you were saying that it's 1 against 4, and that's actually happened. Well, that's the difference with these guys. You can't give them anything because they get any little piece of information, a little bit of hole, and they will go for it immediately. Really, really good effort. He was actually in the water for like a fair bit as well. That was a really, really good break hold. Amazing effort for you guys. Really, really great goal. Unfortunately, the Stingrays, they were doing a really good rotation in the defense. That was actually spotless rotation for the always a back and a goalie. But I don't know what happened there because there were like 3-4 Stingrays players over there.
Yeah, I think Rob just read that moment really beautifully. And I will say, if anyone's going to take a 1v4 contest, I'd back Rob in it. He just reads the play really nicely, and he's also a bit of a unit, very strong. And yeah, just found the space, caught the goalie really off guard. I don't even think the goalie saw it go in. All right, Stingrays restart. They've made a mess of it, though, and an immediate turnover to the Dragons. It's popped from behind. He's got Felipe sitting in front of him. Another loose pass. Folks, your screen's lying to you. There's more than 0 minutes left to play, and it's 4 goals. Clock's been updated. Call from the referee. We'll pop up to the surface. Waiting on confirmation for the referee. Didn't see the foul, but no doubt our eagle-eyed refs have had a look. I think they're going to send Stingrays back to defend their basket. So, 2.5 minutes left to play. What do you reckon? Can Stingrays finally get a goal on the board in these dying minutes of the second half?
Well, that depends as well the way that you manage your desperation at this point. Of course, you always want to win and you always want to go forward, but at the same time, you have to do a really strong defense to gain that ball back. And most important than that, you just keep the ball possession for a little bit, because of course, these guys, they have no mercy. And Seadragons, they are just not giving them a chance to hold the ball, because of course, that's their strategy. But yeah, they need to keep the ball possession for a little bit, and start planning the strategy for attack as well.
Yeah, and you're right. Seadragons are merciless, and I forgot to mention earlier, this is a real redemption match for Seadragons. They got knocked out at this stage last year by Brisbane Gauls. Gauls have been knocked out of the top 4 placement anyway. So yeah, a lot on the line. Seadragons will get to contest the gold medal tomorrow against UNSW. Here's a last push. Going alone. Being wrapped up by Stingrays. He's got a bit of support underneath him by one. The coach dropped it down. Nice pass beneath. I think it's found Sebas, and he's pushed the goalie off. Sebas on the assist, and I think it's yours and mine, our hockey darling. Kui has gotten his 100th goal of this tournament.
Sebas, increíble jugador, siempre haciendo lo que él sabe hacer muy bien. Se posiciona al lado izquierdo de la canasta y eso es lo que él sabe hacer, esperar por su posición y simplemente esperar por la bola. Cuando la bola llega, manda un envión pero espectacular y obviamente la bola está dentro. Esto es lo que los jugadores hacen perfectamente. Simplemente esperan por su oportunidad y simplemente la capitalizan.
Yeah, and I know I was saying not 10 minutes ago, oh gee, I think Seadragons could probably benefit to park the bus, but I'm actually glad they haven't. I think they've really tested themselves this second half, probably puts them in good stead for their final tomorrow. I think practicing a few things, those last 2 goals were sort of really practiced strategic moves, paid off really nicely. They tested the defense for the Stingrays and it's paid off for them. Stingrays really haven't had a scoring shot. I'd love to see them take a stab in these last 20 seconds if they can get a hold of the ball, just swim, smash the goalie, see what happens. Nothing left to lose now.
Yeah, a few seconds left, but let's use this time to enjoy. This is actually been a really good game, really enjoyable game. Of course, the refs have been quite active today, but it's still enjoyable to watch 2 solid teams with really, really good players. I think that we got a fair bit of national players here for both teams as well, because we got Mana, which is absolutely gone, and we go for the other team. Who's going for Stingrays?
In 2023 from the Stingrays, we had Jared, Sebas, and Oscar and Louis, and Juan, so they had 5 of their players. We also had Kui and Felipe, hockey players who've been to a number of hockey worlds, have won a number of hockey worlds. For the Stingrays, he didn't play last time, but I think Nath will be in good contention for making the men's national team this year. And Lyle, of course, a veteran of the coaching. I think Emma as well, she didn't play the last World Championship. She didn't trial, but I'd say she's in really good contestation to play. Sorry guys, it's the last match of the day. We're all a bit sleepy now. So that's it, folks. That's the end of day 2. We're going to have VSD moving into the final with UNSW tomorrow to contest the gold. Don't go anywhere. That'll be in the afternoon tomorrow. And Stingray is unlucky. They'll be knocked down to play for bronze. However, the good news for them is they are guaranteed at least a bronze medal tomorrow against the Pacific Warriors. So any final thoughts?
That's it. Stick around, guys. Let us know tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be few games in transmission, if I'm right. So stick around, guys, and let us know where are you guys coming from, where are you guys watching us from, so we can actually just do a little bit more comments in Spanish and English. It's a little bit hard for us just to keep both at the same time, but let's stick around. So it's important for you guys who are like overseas, obviously, getting connected. We feel you supporting here. We feel you loving here every single time. I know that we have like family, like brothers. There is, of course, like moms in there, proud family members watching us every single day and chanting for us, which is great to see. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you guys for tuning in.